Thank you for joining us. I'm Naiba Reynoso. Ahead, a new exhibition on the history of cinema looks at the City of Lights through a new lens. And health workers hit the streets to open an important conversation on an uncomfortable topic. But first, hundreds of women turned out to compete for a spot in the coveted Women's Fire Prep Academy, a first step for many pursuing their dream of becoming a firefighter.
This is the Women's Fire Prep Academy. It is an event where we give people opportunities and candidates to come out and get hands-on experience with the equipment and the skills needed to be a professional firefighter, so that as they pursue a career in firefighting, they can successfully complete that. We are emphasizing for females to be a part of the fire service and that they should be able to have the ability to understand that they can be successful in this career. There have not been in the past very many females in the fire service, and so there wasn't that exposure. So a lot of females, I believe, do not realize that there's an opportunity out there for them. When we go out there and we're firefighters, we do the same skills, we do the same job as everybody else. We're representing a diverse community. You need to start off strong. You need to have a certain amount of cardiovascular strength. You need to have physical strength. Our equipment is very heavy. Some of our wooden ladders exceed 100 pounds, or many of them do.
What they train for? Does everybody get that? Yes, ma'am.
You have good pay, you have benefits. It is physically taxing. It is a hard job. We have higher risks of medical problems, but it's worth it. You know, if you have a desire to serve and that's kind of where your heart is, that's why most firefighters are in this position.
The Music Center Plaza was transformed into a performance stage for thousands of school children who participated in the Blue Ribbon Children's Festival, a 3-day program to expose them to music, dance, and the arts. Here's more.
Today, we will have children from over 100 schools throughout LA County. We have 10,000 children coming to the Music Center at the Jerry Moss Plaza over the next 4 days. The Children's Festival is one of the longest running philanthropic events supporting our community with over 50 years of history. 900,000 children have been inside our Music Center, and for many of them, it's the first time that they've ever been to the Music Center or even seen a live performance.
It's really a really good experience for them, and it does change. Like all of a sudden, they want to know more about these things, and that you can't buy that curiosity that grows from this event. It really helps for me to push other things having to do with art and music, and it opens them up a little more to it.
Today's performance is by Versa Style Dance Company, and after they dance, the children are going to actually be the stars themselves.
As fifth graders, they're kind of hesitant with the dance, but I know that once we get out here and they see just the energy and the other kids, and it's all about having fun.
Amazing to see all the kids, 2,000 of them, dancing at the same time.
For those of you who want to go online, please visit us at musiccenter.org/BRCF.
Many who battle mental health challenges suffer alone. Teams from the Department of Mental Health are hoping to change that by reaching deep into communities to break down stigmas and connect residents to services. Take a look.
So we are doing outreach to our communities. My role as a mental health promoter is to bring out our resources out to the community and offer our workshops. We provide educational workshops to the community for prevention and early intervention on mental health. So United Mental Health Promoters it has expanded now. It started off for the Latino community. Now it has expanded to different ethnicities. There's many more promoters in training right now. Our workshops, we have different topics, all in relation to our mental health, early signs of depression, anxiety. We focus on COVID. Now we have our workshops also focusing on COVID, how it affects our brain, and how it's affecting our community and our well-being. The number to our helpline is 1-800-854-7771 for any type of mental health support.
A new exhibit at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art explores the role of the city of Paris in the emergence of cinema at the turn of the century and the social, political, artistic, and technological forces that shaped the young art form.
Art museums have definitely been paying more attention to cinema as one of the key art forms, expressive forms, and mass media of the 20th and 21st centuries. It's very exciting to see the different perspectives that can connect cinema to the history of art. This exhibition suggests that Paris, the great modern city of the 19th century, was in some ways cinematic even in advance of the actual invention of the medium. That is to say, the city itself was a stage for people to perform, to see and be seen, for people to encounter all kinds of visual media and attractions in their daily lives. People will be surprised to see how many different visual mediums people in the 19th century were already encountering in their daily lives. Everything from advertising posters in bright color at large scale, or optical toys, which were small and something you could hold in your hands, different kinds of projected imagery that already exists before there were moving images. And we also conclude the exhibition with a kind of miniature salle de cinéma, or space for cinema, because it was really at the end of this period that purpose-built theaters emerged. And that marks the conclusion of our exhibition, when the movies kind of got their own house.
Thanks for joining us. We leave you now with scenes from the George R. Bones Wildlife Sanctuary in the Antelope Valley, where wildflower season is in full bloom. We'll see you next time on LA County Close Up.
Yeah, look at, there's so many flowers here, and like over there looks really cool. Hi, my name is Livia Misroy, and welcome to George R. Bones Wildlife Sanctuary. George R. Bones is one of 16 wildlife sanctuaries that the county owns and operates. It's about 100 acres and became a sanctuary in 1967. So the primary flowers that are blooming this year are Lacy Phacelia, which is the purple flower that's pretty much covering the entire ground here. The yellow one that's also popping out is either desert dandelions or California goldfields. We currently have counted at least 18 different flowers blooming just in this sanctuary alone this year. It's not what we would call a super bloom, but it's still pretty impressive. The reason we think that they're blooming so well this year and the phacelias have gotten almost bush size is because in August 2020, the entire sanctuary burned down in the lake fire. So a lot of the vegetation, the shrubs and everything that was here is still growing. But the annuals, all these wildflowers, because they don't have to compete for water and sunlight as much with the shrubs, they've just really taken off and gotten way bigger than they ever have in the past. Yeah, look at, I don't know how this is gonna grow back, but there's some little ones down there, right? This sanctuary is important because it's part of a wildlife corridor between two other preserved areas, which provides valuable habitat for a lot of wildlife. We have everything from large mammals such as mule deer, mountain lions, bobcats, coyotes, badgers, and then a lot of smaller species and birds such as western meadow larks, lark sparrows, cactus wrens, and prairie falcons. If you visit, please be sure to watch your step when viewing the flowers and make sure you bring plenty of water. Also, be aware that there are rattlesnakes in the area that like to hang out under the plants and flowers. So be mindful and watch where you put your hands and feet.